Oh, dude, you look flossy, bro. You look like a dude that
just got out of Rambo 7.
Oh, man. Okeechobee 1 Kenobi out here, man. You look like a guy if somebody had a cheat code in Double Dragon, bro. And they got to use an ultimate character, man.
Dan Tony.
Amen, dude. I
unlocked it.
I used to have those buzzer underwear, bro. They put these underwear on you. When the urine would hit them, a buzzer would go off, right?
Oh, my God.
I'm not joking. Look them up online. This ain't no joke, bro. So I went to my grandparents. My mother didn't tell them that I had these, right?
I'm really hoping these are a real thing and not just like a torture device your parents put on you.
Not at all,
that they
bro.
made by themselves.
This doctor gave them to us, dude. This dude was a bona
What should I
fide.
Google?
This dude was a bona fide doctor. So we went there. I got the electric pants on, dude. You know?
Wait, what should I Google?
I'm getting my rest. Probably, buzzer underwear for urinators. I would Google buzzer underwear for urinators. So then, but they didn't tell my grandfather, right? So he fucking, and they had a small house, bro, a little bitty house. So my fucking crotch is just like he wakes up middle of the night, dude. I'm fucking.
You're on fire?
I'm not on fire, but I'm buzzing hard, bro. Because I'd had apple juice, man, and I pissed big on apple juice, dude. I fucking spray out on the AJ. So I'm in there just buzzing, dude. And I didn't know.
God.
And he came in.
They still got him?
Yeah.
Get me a pair, Lee.
He didn't
That's
know.
what I want. Get me a pair.
He didn't know what was going on.
Oh my God! That's what.
He comes in. He's scared,
How
bro.
loud is it? How loud is this?
In a little bitty house, you could hear it from down
I
the
just
hall.
want to wake my wife up in the middle of the night, like twice a week.
Oh, it just do 2 drops and it goes off. And so my grandfather's in there, right? And he's all scared and shit. And
Oh, this would have been terrible when I was a kid.
and he's pushing me with a broomstick, dude. He thought I was dead, dude. He didn't know what had happened to me. He thought I was possessed or dead. He's pushing me with a broomstick to wake me up, and he was worried because he had one of those heart makers, and he was worried he would get electrocuted. He thought something was happening. He thought the house had short-circuited or the phone company had fucked up. That's what he thought, the phone company had fucked up. So he thinks I'm fucking just laying there buzzing like just a fucking miscreant.
And I think like a few houses down was Cindy Crawford has a house.
Ooh.
All right, so I'm at his house.
I'd jerk off on the street if Cindy Crawford lived by me, you know?
Yeah. So
Hey, something like this happens, right? You're leaving work, okay?
Okay.
And things got compromised out in the world. You were at work, you were doing a podcast episode or something, and like things just kind of hit that level where it's like maybe a couple police precincts have been taken over just by vandals and crazies. Like the pendulum's starting to, things are getting like AWOL, right? And then everything, the purge, right? So you're driving home, you're getting fucking Cam Haynes is sending you fucking 1,000 hammers, you know what I'm saying? Like you're getting all of it. Everybody's just texting you, you know? Jocko's like, I'm not even waking up tomorrow for work. I'll be up all, you know? I'm just going to be up at 4:30, right? Like everything's all, what do you do? Like how do you, this is the end. This is when it's like, all right, Joe Rogan. You hear, you know what I'm saying? You hear it just comes from God or from something like a strong wind with a fucking with a voice box in it. It's like, this is it.
This is the apocalypse.
You're leaving work. This is it.
I guess you have to respond to each individual situation. It's like each thing will be unique. Like, is someone trying to break in your house? Is someone trying to rob your, is someone trying to break into your car while you're driving?
Okay,
like,
so you have an hour. You have kind of an hour.
Right.
We'll give you 90 minutes. You have 90 minutes to kind of get before you're going to start to feel some pressure.
What do you do?
I don't know.
I guess load up some magazines.
Oh, I'm fucked. But I'm wondering, what do you do? You know?
That's what I would do. I'd probably load up some magazines.
Okay. Into what?
Into guns.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, see, I didn't know if you fucking
at
the periodical
I don't mean
section.
magazines like Sports Illustrated.
I'm like, dang, this
I mean
guy's
like an
crazy.
AR.
This guy's taking information with him into a bunker.
I'm reading Time magazine.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, I just see Joe with as many copies of Field and Stream as you can fucking live.
Well, you could use those magazines as like protection. You stack enough of them on top of each other.
Okay, see, now you're thinking.
They'll slow bullets down.
Okay, but say like you pick up your family or something. Do you guys stay? Do you have a bunker?
I don't currently, but this conversation is making me want a bunker.
There was a guy who was a headliner, right? And he said, well, I was doing a show somewhere. I don't even know where, maybe like Rochester or something, or Texas. And he said after the show, some hot girl came like beeline for me after the show. Because, you know, like at Funny Bones and stuff, you do the show, then you kind of go to the bar.
Yeah.
You know, and so you migrate, especially when like you're just coming up. It's like where you go to like show your feathers, sell some merch, see if there's any ladies around.
And you're at the bar and you're pretending that you're like not noticing who's coming over, but you know.
Oh, you're heavily noticing.
Yeah, yeah.
And if nobody comes over, it hurts.
A lot.
So anyway, this guy says, I'm at this lady comes over and she's like beelining for me, and she's like really hot. She's like really coming on to me. And immediately she says, let's go back to your hotel. Oh, she says, let's go back to my place. And the guy's like, man, you know, he's thinking I got to leave in the morning or whatever. You know, let's go back to my hotel. It's close. So they go back to his hotel and they're kind of kissing and making out a little bit. And like, she's like all over him and she's acting kind of crazy. And she keeps saying, let's go to my place. Let's go to my place, have some drugs at my place. So finally, it gets too much. Like the lady's just being like way too crazy, and the guy just kicks her out. Says, look, you gotta leave. You know, like this is just, I don't know what's going on. You gotta leave. So when she's leaving out of the hotel, she sees the feature that was working there, right? I guess he's coming in, you know, doing whatever he's been doing, eating hot dogs. So she runs into him. She says, hey, that guy just kicked me out. Do you want to come back to my place? And the feature's like, yeah,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
you know, this is better than the 4 hot dogs I just ate, right? So anyway, next thing you know, they're in a taxi. They get dropped off. It's like about a 15, 20-minute drive. It's kind of like out into the burbs, you know, out into the woods. They go into the house. She like takes him into this room, kind of takes his clothes off and stuff. And they do some pills. They do some type of a drug, right? And then she like handcuffs him to the bed and starts giving him a blowjob. Well, she passes out in the middle of the blowjob.
No.
So he doesn't know what to do. He's handcuffed to the bed, right? He's like, what am I even going to do? This is before cell phone. So he's like, holy shit, I don't know what to do. Like, I can't even call 911. Some headlights come across the house, like somebody pulling into the driveway.
Oh, no.
So he hears the front door open. A man comes. An older man comes, looks in the room, sees him there, comes in, picks the girl up, takes her out of there, then goes into the kitchen, like makes himself something to eat, right? The whole time this dude's freaking the fuck out, right? Losing his mind. Then the guy comes back into the room and says, this is what he said. He goes, that's my daughter, right?
Oh, no.
And I never want you to come over here again, right? Then give the dude a blowjob, bro.
The guy did?
The dad. Give the dude a blowjob right there on his penis, bro. And then this is the crazy part. Drove him to a payphone and dropped him off. And the dude called the headliner, said, hey man, I need you to get in a taxi or something and come get me. I need some help. And so he got in a taxi to go get him, and that's where he was. I mean, that's the story he told him when he got in.
Let me tell you something. First of all, I mean, that dude takes his job as a parent a little too seriously. You don't get a pickup where she lives. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree. That's true.
It's not an IOU. Like, you know,
Yeah.
he's
Now,
not
this is where you, this is where you use a spanking.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to pick up the blowjob for your daughter, bro. Was he like, what were you doing? Blowjob. All right. Like, it seems like, you know what I mean? That's probably didn't need to.
That's the gnarliest story I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Bro.
But I also remember, because where I'm from, if you see two mentals hugging, you call the cops on them. And that was a rule when I was young, and that's true, dude. That's true. If you see two mentals hugging, you call the cops immediately, because once two mentals don't make a non-mental. Right. You know, rarely do they. And it's a risk, and it's high risk, low reward. That's what they call that.
I got stuck in an elevator one time. I was at Mardi Gras, and we were in there for like 17 minutes, and some dude, there's 2 girls, and there was like 9 people. It was like a busy day at Mardi Gras. I'm there with my buddy Josh Kelly. He's a musician. He's playing. We take this elevator, and like 9 of us get stuck in this elevator for like maybe an hour. But you can hear Mardi Gras going on. We're like, how long are we going to be in here? And we're in there in a little while, and some guy goes to 2 girls in there. He goes, don't worry, nobody in here is going to rape y'all. That's what he said. And suddenly, like, everything in there just changed. We're like, nobody's even thinking about that shit, you know?
How big is this elevator?